Charles is already filling his in. He's had enough of doing the business news. But today, he's starting with the price of gold breaking new records, Charles.
That's right. The price of an ounce of gold surged past $5,100 an ounce this Monday. To give you an idea, an ounce weighs about the same as a slice of bread or a pencil. It has since dropped below that mark, as you can see there, but this remains a significant moment as it marks an all-time high. This sudden interest in the precious metal, as well as other metals like silver or platinum, is the so-called debasement trade. That's when investors start to shift away from currency markets and treasuries, so government bonds, to precious metals as a way to store value. Uncertainty is growing. The US dollar is weakening. The US sovereign debt keeps growing, as is other developing nations' debt. And that's hurting the credibility of national treasuries. And there's the Trump factor as well. His policies in recent weeks have sowed fear on the markets, whether it's kidnapping Venezuela's leader, threatening to annex Greenland, or attacking the independence of the Federal Reserve. So this is what has led to an incredible surge over the past years. You can see there the price of an ounce of gold has gone from below $3,000 an ounce to now over $5,000. It's more than doubled over the past 2 years.
So investors rushing then towards precious metals. But what's happening with stocks then, Charles?
Well, it's definitely quieter on that front. Shares on the major European indices, as you can see this Monday, have opened either lower or slightly higher for the FTSE in London, or flat, as geopolitics weigh on market sentiment. And we're also seeing trading in negative territory on the major East Asian bourses. You can see there the yen strengthening against the dollar as Prime Minister Takaichi signaled she might counter speculative currency market activity with an intervention. You can see the Nikkei closing down almost 2% lower.
And Donald Trump's tariff threats also clearly affecting market sentiment. The latest, this is targeted at Canada.
On Friday, the U.S. president threatened to slap punitive tariffs of 100% on Canadian exports if Ottawa, quote, made a deal with China, saying if Prime Minister, and in his word, he actually called him governor in his post, Carney, thinks he's going to make Canada a drop-off port for China to send goods into the U.S., he's sorely mistaken. That a quote from Trump. Mark Carney on Sunday told reporters he had no intention of pursuing a free trade deal with China, adding that Ottawa respected its obligations under the Canada-US-Mexico trade agreement and will not pursue an agreement with another party without notifying the other two first. On January 16th, during a visit to China, Mark Carney concluded a preliminary agreement with China in which both sides agreed to lower tariffs on select goods. That's not a free trade agreement. Canada allowing 49,000 Chinese electric vehicles into its market per year at a lowered tariff rate of 6.1%. It had previously been at 100%. And China cutting duties on a number of agricultural exports from Canada, notably canola seed oil, going from 85% duties to 15% starting on March 1st. Meanwhile, Trump has imposed 35% tariffs on Canadian goods not covered by the USMCA agreement.
Now to China next, for something a little bit lighter. The approach of the Lunar New Year holiday has brought rather, well, an unlikely viral gift trend. What's this about?
2026 will be the year of the horse in the Chinese zodiac. To celebrate, friends and family often exchange small presents like stuffed animals. And for one supplier, a production error has yielded a cute horse that appears to be crying. It's become a mascot for China's overworked, overstressed young white-collar employees. Brian Quinn has a story.
Same doll, different mood. As the Lunar New Year approaches, Chinese shoppers are snapping up an unlikely mascot. This plush horse should be smiling, but a mix-up at the factory has turned that smile upside down and created a viral sensation in the process.
The crying horse came about because a worker sewed its mouth upside down by mistake. A lot of customers say it makes sense, that it suits the spirit of today's corporate slaves.
In the Chinese zodiac, 2026 is the year of the horse. To celebrate its arrival on February 17th, gift givers would generally opt for an auspicious symbol. But China's domestic economy is in a prolonged slump, with consumer spending lagging the global average by some 20% of GDP. The The country's youth unemployment rate hit a 2-year high of nearly 19% last August before easing to around 16.5% in December. Those who do find white-collar jobs often find the conditions to be frown-inducing, with long hours and high stress commonplace. There's even a nickname for such exhausted employees, 牛马, or cow and horse.
I understand. It's a kind of emotional value that young people look for these days. When you go to work, sitting there, feeling like you want to cry. Then when you get off work, you're immediately happy, right?
The factory has had to add 10 new production lines to keep up with the tens of thousands of orders flowing in daily, a fitting response for the Year of the Horse, which symbolizes both progress and perseverance.
Can't wait to get off work, Stuart.
Really? I think I prefer a smiling Charles Pellegrin. We'll just turn him upside down. Charles with the business on France 24.